Welcome back to another episode of Discussion Video Gamers. In this video, I just want to discuss about something that has been in my mind regarding Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact being one of the most popular free-to-play gacha games worldwide, and it was released in September 2020. And one of the main reasons why people still play Genshin are the character designs and the stories related to the characters. And in this video, I specifically would like to discuss more about the stories aspect of Genshin Impact with respect to the core game design. Before we proceed with the problem with Genshin that I want to discuss, let me talk briefly about the limited time events, which is a must-have content with live service games like gacha games to keep user engaged. A limited time event usually includes certain limited time rewards as an incentive for the players to finish the event, be it a free character, free weapon, and many other types of rewards. I don't know about many gacha games, but the two games that I played, which are FGO and Genshin, both include important story content in their limited time event. For FGO, the very important story is referred to as the main interlude due to the fact that we end up encountering a specific enemy that is very prominent in the Fate series overall. FGO at the very least have done at least one rerun as well for that event and even added them as a permanent main interlude that the players can play at any time in order to experience the story themselves. And with the cherry on top, FGO even has a gallery function that allows the players to rewatch all the cutscenes that they have played. Now let's compare FGO to Genshin. So far, Genshin doesn't have those functions that I mentioned about FGO, where new players could never experience those important story events for themselves. Limited time event brought out many important details for Genshin's story. For instance, fleshing out some of the character's lore. Let's say for example like how Xiangling's partner Goba was revealed to be a Liyue adeptee during the cooking event. Well, Xiangling might not be a very important character as her ties to the main story are not much compared to someone like an Archon. I personally experienced these problems when I missed the first Lantern Ride festival, and the game referenced some instances of that event in the following year's festival, and I was quite confused on what the characters were referring to, since I never actually experienced that event myself, and I couldn't be bothered to check all these cutscenes in YouTube. To give another example of why this is crucial, let's say Xiangling might not be the most popular characters, outside her usage in Abyss. But imagine someone like the former Fatui Harbinger Scaramouche, which is quite popular. His stories was tied up quite a bit into the limited time event. He was even introduced the first time in a limited time event that came during the first year of the game when the game was released, and I nearly missed that event due to how busy I was at the time. Imagine how baffled I was when I think such an important character's first introduction was during a limited time event. And imagine players who played the game after the event would have some confusion on who the heck is this guy is when he reappeared again in Inazuma's main storyline, especially if they don't follow much the information about Scaramouche in the internet. Additionally, his lore and the relation with Kazuha's ancestor was further added during the Irodori festival, which then brought up again during Sumeru's main storyline. Those who missed the Irodori festival wouldn't have a full picture of Scaramouche's revenge on Inazuma and Kazuha's family, and some players would be confused when Raiden Gokaden was referenced during the main story quest, especially when the main story quest only highlights the truth on what actually happened to Kazuha's ancestor instead of the speculation of Inazuma's citizens regarding that incident. As someone that enjoyed Genshin's story quite a bit, it is a shame that at this point those who missed the older events have to look up the cutscenes in YouTube, especially newer players that just got into the game recently. As for now, we have heard that the developers are intending to do some event rerun based on this article, but on how they are going to implement it so that it doesn't interrupt with the newer events, we just have to wait and see. Well, just my last complaint before I end the video. Because I missed the first Dragon Spine event, I never had the chance to get my hands on Festering Desire. That weapon is good in gameplay, but it is also cool as F. Anyway, do you have any complaints with how currently Hoyoverse is designing their events? Do let everyone know in their comment section. Until the next video, stay sharp gamers.
The legend will never die.